Hi friends, this is Manisha and I welcome you to Excel and Exceed Education. आज के सेशन में हम एक बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग और इम्पॉर्टेंट पॉइंट को डिस्कस करने वाले हैं जो कि आप यूजुअली अपने रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशन में देखते हैं. यूजुअली यू फाइंड इट इन क्लोज टेस्ट, ऑल्सो यू फाइंड इन रीडिंग इन केस ऑफ पैराजम्बल्स, राइट, जहां पर हमें एक जम्बल स्टेटमेंट्स को एक कोहेरेंट पैराग्राफ का फ्रेम में अरेंज करना होता है. These are foreign expressions as I have mentioned here. Foreign expressions का मतलब जो alien words होते हैं. For example, you must have seen many places wherein हम इस्तेमाल करते हैं ab initio, right? Which means from the beginning. It's a Latin origin. Ab initio. It's a Latin word which means from the beginning. Such words we generally find in our reading comprehensions when we go for certain articles from our editorials or somewhere like newspaper, magazines. कहीं से अगर देखें तो वहाँ पर इस्तेमाल होते हैं. बहुत सारी जगह पर जब हम ये सब शब्द पढ़ते हैं तो हमें कभी कभी सेंटेंस का मतलब समझ नहीं आता क्योंकि हमें इन फॉरेन एक्सप्रेशंस का एग्जैक्ट मीनिंग या एक्यूरेट यूसेज नहीं पता है. तो कुछ जैसे अपकमिंग एग्जामिनेशन की बात करें जो कि अभी आ रहा है, जैसे SBI PO एग्जाम एंड देन यू एनकाउंटर IBPS PO एज वेल, वहां पर भी अगर रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशन या क्लोज पैसेज की बात करें तो यू मे जस्ट encounter these foreign expressions in any sort of frame. Like in case of I've mentioned it, reading comprehension, it can be close, it can be parajumble. Okay, so let's start and we'll discuss the prominent foreign expressions जो कि you can encounter, right, very easily. Okay, the first foreign expression that we'll discuss is, the first one is albeit. Now, what is the meaning of this foreign expression albeit? This gives you meaning which is though. इसका मतलब होता है though. So albeit, this is the first one that gives us the meaning though. Like for example, we can also take an example. For example, how will this foreign expression or how can this foreign expression be used in a sentence? Like if I say, example, he was making progress. He was making progress, albeit rather slowly. मतलब यहां हमने इसको मीनिंग दिया, जैसे हमने देखा albeit, यहां पर मीनिंग क्या आ रहा है हमें, दो. वो प्रोग्रेस तो कर रहा है, that particular boy or the man, he is progressing, he was making progress, but वो क्या था, though it was rather slow, बहुत धीरे धीरे प्रोग्रेस कर रहा था. So albeit can be used in this way in a sentence. It carries or it implies meaning of the word though. I hope this is clear. Okay, so let's move on to the second one which says ad hoc. I guess this is a very common one. This is a common pattern, that this is a common foreign expression that जो हम generally देखते हैं, ad hoc. हम सबने सुना ad hoc softwares के बारे में, right? Ad hoc softwares होते हैं. Ad hoc का मतलब for a specific purpose. Ad hoc is for a specific purpose. अगर हम कोई काम या कोई भी चीज किसी स्पेसिफिक, किसी पर्टिकुलर पर्पस के लिए करते हैं, which means it is ad hoc. For example, if I say that the discussions were made on ad hoc basis. The discussions were made on ad hoc basis. Now ad hoc basis means the discussions were made for some particular purpose. कुछ particular purpose था जिसके लिए ये discussions किए गए, right? So ad hoc here implies the meaning for a specific purpose, right? The third frame that we have, or the third foreign expression that we'll discuss is betanoir, right? बेटेनॉयर तो SBI के एग्जाम में फिलर्स में भी आ चुका है काफी बारी, और ये शब्द इज अ गुड वर्ड. जनरली दिस इज यूज फॉर एन ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ डिसलाइक. फॉर एन ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ डिसलाइक, जैसे बेसिकली फॉर एन ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ डिसलाइक. अभी यूएस इलेक्शंस में व्हेन डोनाल्ड ट्रंप वन, तो हमने सबने देखा डोनाल्ड ट्रंप इज वट एवर जो उन्होंने किया है अभी तक की, इट इम्प्लाइज कि ही इज कंप्लीटली अगेंस्ट ओबामा, राइट. उन्होंने बहुत सारे पॉलिसीज को एंड कर दिया, समथिंग. तो बहुत क्लियरली स्टेट होता है वहां से, बहुत क्लियरली इन्फर कर सकते हैं कि जो ओबामा है वो डोनाल्ड ट्रंप के पेट पीव है. पेट पीव इज अनदर वर्ड फॉर बेटनॉल, विच मीन्स एन ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ डिसलाइक. ऐसा कोई चीज या ऐसा कोई पर्सन जिसे आप बिल्कुल पसंद नहीं करते, राइट. सो इट कैन ऑल्सो बी टर्म, जैसे मैंने बोला ओबामा, हम एग्जाम्पल ले लेते हैं. वी कैन से ओबामा इज डोनाल्ड ट्रम्प्स बेटनॉल. और I can state here instead of betanol, I can also say pet peeve, or it is also termed as pet hate. हम बेटनॉल को पेट पीव भी कहते हैं और पेट हेट भी कहते हैं. एन ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ डिसलाइक, ऐसा कोई पर्सन जिसे हम पूरी तरह से नापसंद करते हैं, राइट. दैट इज बेटनॉल, एन इंपॉर्टेंट वर्ड फॉर अस. ठीक है. सो द फर्स्ट वन वाज albeit, which means though. Second one we did is ad hoc, which gives us a meaning for a particular purpose, for some specific purpose. Also the third one is betanol, which implies that an object, or it can be anything, it can be a human being or it can be a non-living thing as well. An object of dislike is a betanol. Okay, so let's move on to the next one, the fourth one. The next one is canard. Fourth, it is canard. Now canard का मतलब होता है a rumor, कोई अफवाह, right. A rumor. जैसे कि अगर हम अभी recent example ले तो EVMs के बारे में काफी सारे rumors हैं, right. So a recent canard, we can say a recent canard about EVMs is out in the market, we can say this way. So a recent canard about EVMs that they are not working properly or they were inappropriate during the elections, right. So that is canard. Canard, which implies the meaning of the word rumor. It is also known as hoax, right. There's another word for canard. Now please remember this, it can be canard, it can also be canards. In plural form it is canards, which means rumors, right. हिंदी में हम कहते हैं अफवाह. ठीक है. चलिए, the next one, fifth one we have, that is ex gratia. That is ex gratia. Ex gratia is basically, अच्छा यहां से अगर हम देखें gratia से तो हम एक word we can extract, that is grace, or we can say gratefulness. Grateful सिर्फ इतना ले ले तो भी चलेगा. Ex gratia is कोई in terms of favor, it talks about, it is related to a favor, right, pertaining to or relating to favor. किसी को favor कर रहे हैं and it's not a legal obligation. कोई legal obligation नहीं है कि हमने आपके लिए ये किया या हम कुछ कर रहे हैं just because they are obliged to do so. No, it's just a favor, हमारी मर्जी है. It is because we want to do it, we are doing that. Like for example, many a times you must have seen this word, an ex gratia payment. So when you talk about an ex gratia payment, this payment is not about that you are obliged to return it. It is just a favor. Right? Many times what happens is अगर हमारे कोई relative है या हमारा kin, right? They have got indulged in a huge problem, right? तो हम उनका help करने के लिए उनको कुछ पैसा दे रहे हैं, तो हम we are not binding them कि वो हमें ये पैसा बाद में वापस भी करें. No, that is an ex gratia payment. Ex gratia payment is something that is pertaining or relating to favor, right? It is not a legal obligation at all, which is very important. Not a legal obligation. Do remember this, right? Chaliye. So next, the sixth one. Let's go for the sixth one. It says ex officio. Ex officio. Ex officio का मतलब होता है by virtue of one's position. By virtue of one's position. जैसे हम कहते हैं ex officio member of committee. An ex officio member of committee. An ex officio member of the committee. Right? So here ex officio means हम कह रहे हैं by virtue, मतलब एक पर्सन का, किसी पर्सन का पोजीशन का, उसकी पोस्ट का एक एज मिलता है हमें, एक वर्च्यू मिलता है, राइट? दैट इज एक्स ऑफिशियो. दैट इज व्हाई वी टर्म, एक कमिटी का एक मेंबर है जिसको अपनी पोजीशन का हमेशा एज मिलता है, राइट? वर्च्यू मिलता है उसके, उस पोजीशन का, उस पोस्ट का. दैट इज एन एक्स ऑफिशियो मेंबर. That member is an ex officio member, right? Now we have discussed the first three were, I've told you, Albert, we've done that, ad hoc and Bettenor. Okay. The next fourth one was canard, which means a rumor. Fifth is ex gratia, which means by virtue or by for favor. Ex gratia is what? For a favor. It's related to a favor. An ex officio member or ex officio, we can say it is, that is pertaining to or relating to by virtue of someone's position or post. Right? So these are 6. We'll discuss the next one. Chaliye, let's discuss the next. Now the next one is a bit like, it is different but it is important as well for us. I hope that अभी तक we have discussed 6 and I hope ये आप सबको clear है हमने जो discuss किया अभी. 7th one, it is a good one and important as well. Impasse. You might have encountered this word, right? इसका मतलब होता है deadlock. That is deadlock. Like for example, ज़्यादातर आर्टिकल्स में देखा है, कॉम्प्रिहेंशन में देखा है, इस शब्द का इस्तेमाल होता है एज इन अ पॉलिटिकल इम्पास. अ पॉलिटिकल इम्पास विच मीन्स अ पॉलिटिकल डेडलॉक. अब ऐसी स्थिति आ गई है कि कुछ नहीं किया जा सकता, राइट? जैसे अरविंद केजरीवाल, ऐसी स्थिति आ चुकी है कि अब कुछ नहीं हो सकता. इट्स अ पॉलिटिकल डेडलॉक, अ पॉलिटिकल इम्पास, राइट? So that is impasse, which means a deadlock. Generally we have seen this is a repetitive frame that is being used in any sort of article or comprehension. That is a political impasse, right? Which means a political deadlock. Somewhere there is no exit to that, right? उसके आगे कुछ भी नहीं है. Yes, चलिए. 8th one, next one. It says laissez-faire. Laissez-faire. Basically, this is very important. Why? Because this means without, or you can say free from control. Free from control. See, now laissez-faire is free from control. It can be control of ourselves as well. हमारा खुद पर control. Many times this happens that we stop ourselves from doing something, right? Because of many reasons, right? And many times अगर हम देखें हमारी कंट्री में there is a political control as well, गवर्नमेंट का कंट्रोल है, राइट? तो अगर फ्री फ्रॉम गवर्नमेंट कंट्रोल है, free from any sort of control, it will give you meaning that is laissez-faire, right? That is free from control. It can be any sort of control. For example, if I state that a laissez-faire attitude towards life, which means something that is जो होगा देखा जाएगा. पहले से कुछ प्लान नहीं कर रहे, जैसा आएगा वैसा करेंगे, हम कंट्रोल नहीं कर रहे हैं, राइट? इट इज अ laissez-faire attitude towards life. Something जैसा जैसा एनकाउंटर करेंगे वैसा वैसा हम आगे करते जाएंगे, राइट? So that is laissez-faire, that is free from control, which is very important for us. Impasse was also very important for us, right? चलिए, the next one, that is the 9th one. we have 9, that is status quo. Status quo is, I guess it's a common foreign expression and I guess हम सब ने पहले भी कहीं देखा होगा, नहीं देखा है तो अभी सीख लेंगे, कोई बुरी बात नहीं है। स्टेटस को का मतलब जैसा कि अभी है, टू बी इन द सेम पोजिशन, मतलब बहुत बार ऐसा, इसको ऐसा भी कहा जाता है टू मेंटेन करंट अफेयर्स, लाइक करंट प्रेजेंट अफेयर्स, प्रेजेंट स्टेटस या प्रेजेंट जो हमारे रिलेशंस है, प्रेजेंट अफेयर्स हैं अभी हमारे किसी के साथ भी, उसको मेंटेन करना, राइट, दैट इज स्टेटस को, दैट इज टू बी इन द सेम पोजिशन और टू मेंटेन द सेम पोजिशन, to maintain the same position. Like for example, my parents vested interest, okay, my parents vested their interest in status quo, or I must rather write it this way, that we'll change it a bit, we'll state it as my parents my parents have vested interest in maintaining the status quo. Now here what am I trying to imply if it is written this way? My parents have vested interest in maintaining the status quo, which means मेरे parents ने अपना interest वहाँ पर indulge किया, vest किया है, वहाँ पर डाला है interest को, right, they've taken interest in maintaining, I've written it inappropriate, not an issue, maintaining the status quo, maintaining the current affair, एक प्रेजेंट स्टेट ऑफ अफेयर्स को मेंटेन करना, जैसा कि अभी है, जैसे कि पोजीशन अभी है। अगर हमारी फैमिली में कभी झगड़ा हो जाता है, या हम देखते हैं हम किसी दो कंट्रीज में झगड़ा हो गया, राइट, झगड़ा तो नहीं है, दे विल नॉट फाइट but a cold war, so our prime minister, the prime minister of so and so nation, the president of so and so nation will try to, or they vest their interest in maintaining the status quo, so that is they'll try to maintain the same position, or they're trying to maintain the present state of affairs, so that is status quo, which is again an important foreign expression. This is a common one which we can encounter many a times, right? Chale, let's discuss the next one. The next one says it is modus operandi. This is 10th one. It is modus operandi. This is again a common one, and I guess that हमने देखा है, right? Modus operandi यहीं से समझ आएगा. Modus mode, operandi operation. Mode of doing something, right, or way of doing something, that is modus operandi. Way of doing something, that is modus operandi. Like for example, we can say that every killer has his own special modus operandi, which means हर किलर का खुद का एक स्पेशल तरीका होता है किसी को मारने का, right? Own special modus operandi, own special way of killing someone, right? That is modus operandi. So basically, like for example, the killers, not people but killers who choke the throat, like they by strangling they kill, or they strangulate and kill. There are people who smother by covering the face, और suffocation से भी मार देते हैं. So there are ways, सबका अपना modus operandi है, अपना काम करने का अलग तरीका है, right? So modus operandi is way of doing something. I've stated it here with an example as well. I hope it is evident to all of you, right? So let's move on to the next one. That is the 11th one. It says vox populi. Vox populi. Vox populi का मतलब होता है public opinion. Vox populi is public opinion. जैसे हम कहें that Kejriwal, right? Arvind Kejriwal acts are not at all with respect to, are not at all according to Vox Populi, right? Or we can also state that her poems, we can say her poems were not according to Vox Populi. We can say Arvind Kejriwal's acts were not or are not according to Vox Populi, right? Because public का opinion कुछ और है और उनका opinion कुछ और ही है. इनफैक्ट पब्लिक का ओपिनियन उनके बारे में कुछ और है, उनका ओपिनियन खुद के बारे में कुछ और है, राइट? सो दैट इज बेसिकली हर, इफ वी से हिज एक्ट्स वर नॉट अकॉर्डिंग टू पब्लिक ओपिनियन, और वी से हर पोएम्स वर नॉट अकॉर्डिंग टू public opinion. That is Vox Populi. So here this word or this foreign expression Vox Populi implies meaning that it is public opinion, public ka viewpoint, right? That is Vox Populi. Okay. So the next one that we have is 12th one. So Vox Populi, please remember this. I have stated laissez-faire, which is important. I've told you, impasse, that is a deadlock. The next one that we have is again important, that is vis-a-vis. This is very common, very, very common, and it is very, very important as well, right? vis-a-vis का मतलब क्या होता है? ये तो हम सबने पढ़ा हुआ है. vis-a-vis तो बहुत बारी पढ़ा हुआ है. vis-a-vis का मतलब incomplete और completely opposite to. Completely opposite to. Do remember this. It is completely opposite. Contradict करता है किसी भी चीज को. Like for example, if I say that I was vis-a-vis with Miss Ashley. If I say I was vis-a-vis with Miss Ashley. Now remember this preposition that is supposed to be used here, with, because हम किसी person की बात, उनके साथ, right? इसलिए हम कहते हैं whenever we agree with someone, we use agree with, उनके साथ agree करें, किसी person के साथ. पर अगर किसी idea के साथ agree करते हैं, we say agree to, right? अब यहाँ पर हम agree नहीं कर रहे हैं, हम opposite हैं, तो हम कहेंगे vis-a-vis with Miss Ashley. I was vis-a-vis with my father. I was vis-a-vis with my mother. I was vis-a-vis with my boss, right? So we'll have to use this preposition with. So vis-a-vis is completely opposite to, okay, which is again important. The next one that we have is prima facie. Prima facie, which means on the face, or it is also said that on first impression. On first impression. बेसिकली आप सबने हम मूवीज में देखते हैं, इट इज जनरली स्टेटेड एज प्राइमा फेसी एविडेंस. प्राइमा फेसी एविडेंस. प्राइमा फेसी एविडेंस मतलब ऐसा एविडेंस जो कि अभी तक ही साबित नहीं हुआ कुछ, बट वो ऐसा फर्स्ट इंप्रेशन वाला हमारे पास एविडेंस है जिससे कि बिना किसी ऑब्जर्वेशन के अभी सच माना जाएगा. until unless something is proved, उस चीज को हम सही मानते. something that is considered true without a particular proof, until unless it is proved. something that is considered true until unless something is proved. तो जो प्राइमा फेसी एविडेंस होता है वो ऐसा सबूत होता है जिसके बिना पर सब कुछ सच माना जाता है, उस चीज को सही माना जाता है, क्योंकि वो फर्स्ट इंप्रेशन है, पहला, राइट? On the face or on the first impression, right? So that is prima facie. This phrase is used generally, which is a common one. And the next or the last one, I must say, it is last one that we have is en bloc. It is en bloc. ENBLOC. En bloc. En bloc का मतलब in a group. जैसे हम देखते हैं many museums or I must say many online shopping sites, when we visit, right? They offer to purchase trove en bloc. इसका मतलब क्या है? They offer to purchase trove en bloc. Trove का मतलब है group of things, राइट, मतलब बहुत सारी चीजें एक साथ दे देते हैं. So basically this is a treasure box. Trove is a treasure box basically. So many museums they offer to purchase trove en bloc in a group. मतलब एक साथ ले लो सब कुछ, right? So that is en bloc. Or many shopping sites, online sites, they offer us to purchase articles or many things en bloc in a group. डिस्काउंट के साथ ले लो तो ये भी ले लो, तो वो क्या है, en bloc है, एक ग्रुप में हमें सब कुछ दे दिया जा रहा है. Yes. So these were the 14 important foreign expressions that we have discussed today. I hope and I believe that I have made it pretty evident to all of you. These all, the frames that we have discussed are very, very prominent. We can easily find them in reading comprehensions or close passage or parajumble. As I'm stating again and again, it is very important. Okay. Chaliye. Till then, and okay, yes, also do not forget, if you like our videos, do not forget to like and subscribe our channel and do share with your friends. मैं बार बार कहती हूँ जिससे कि ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोगों को इसका लाभ हो. Obviously, and also do let us know in the comment section, how do you like, did you like it or not? You want us, what do you want us to do more for you, right? Till then, goodbye and thank you.